Okay, guys, today's going to be another day of the angle measurements based on our knowledge of what kind of angles these are. So I'm actually going to go through this whole example. But let's go ahead and fill in what we know. If the measure of angle 3 is 45 degrees and the measure of angle 5 is 60 degrees, determine the measure of angles 4, 6, 7, and 8. I'm actually going to do every single one of these. So go ahead and fill in as we go. Let's go ahead and fill in the easy ones first. I'm going to go ahead and see if any angles are vertical here, and I know that those angles would be the same measure. So let's start with angle 3. The angle that's vertical to angle 3 is angle 6, which means that angle 6 will have a measure of 45 degrees. Now, angle 5 has a vertical angle of angle 8. Those two are opposite each other, share a vertex, and are congruent. So that means angle 8 will have a measure of 60. Now, figuring out 7 and 4 are a little bit tricky. 4, 5, and 6, 3, 8, and 7 are all along this straight line, which means that all of these angles are actually supplementary to each other. Remember, supplementary are angles that add up to 180. So I'm going to find the value of angle 4 using my knowledge of supplementary angles. First thing I'm going to do is add 60 and 45 together, which equals 105. The next thing I'm going to do is take 180 and subtract 105. Now, if I do that math, 180 minus 105 is 75 degrees. So, since angle 4 is 75 degrees, angle 7 is also 75 degrees because the two are vertical. Now, this is where it's going to get tricky. You're going to have to really pay attention. I'm going to go down here and figure out this little block. I'm going to start with angle 9. The angle that corresponds with angle 9 is angle 6. And corresponding angles, I know that's confusing because of this other transversal that goes through it, but angle 6 and angle 9 correspond with each other, which means they'll have the same measure. So I'm going to fill that one in, that angle 9 is also 45 degrees. Now, if angle 9 is 45 degrees, angle 1 will also be 45 degrees because, again, these are vertical angles. They have the same measure. Now, to figure out angle 2 and angle 10, I'm going to go back to my supplementary rules. They're along a straight line. So, the value of angle 2 will be the supplement of angle 9. To figure that out, I'm going to do 180 minus 45. If I do that, the value comes out to 135. So that means the value of angle 2 is 135. And that means the value of angle 10 is also 135 because the two are vertical. Now, let's skip over and do this section. Now, for angle 12, the easiest way to figure this one out is figure out which one corresponds with it. If I look at my transversal that's with angle 12, the corresponding angle is angle 4, which means that they have the same measurement. So angle 12 is going to have a measure of 75. That means that angle 14 will also have a measure of 75 because, again, they're vertical. They're across from each other, and they have a share vertex. Now, to figure out 11 and 13, I just have to figure out my supplementary rules again. So I'm going to do 180 minus 75. If I do that math, the value comes out to 105. So the value of angle 13 is 105. And that means 11 is also 105 because, again, the two are vertical. All right, that's super crazy, but again, you need to just keep in mind what the rules for all these angles are, and you'll be totally fine. So let's go ahead and practice